Hello, thank you for joining us on the news at 7 on NT International. Reaching you live from Abuja, I am Ruth Aguela. Let's begin with the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari promises adequate funding for the judiciary. Convener of Revolution Now protest Omoyele Sowore and one other arraigned for treasonable felony. Federal government inaugurates commodity association to maintain standard and quality of agricultural produce for export. And we begin with the judiciary. President Muhammadu Buhari says the nation's judiciary will continue to be adequately funded by his administration to effectively discharge its responsibilities of interpreting and applying the law as watchdog for evil practices in the country. Inaugurating the annex building of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria headquarters in Abuja, the president, however, called for concerted efforts by the three arms of government towards safeguarding the rights of all Nigerians through fair justice delivery. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
The annex building of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria is one of the numerous infrastructural projects executed by the retiring president of the court, Justice Babatunde Adejumo, as part of his vision for enhanced labor justice delivery in the country. The building, made up of 3 floors comprising 2 judges' chambers, 2 courtrooms and various offices, will serve as a big relief to the finances of the court hitherto spent annually on rented properties. President Muhammadu Buhari, who congratulated Justice Adejumo for completing the project, said the socio-economic impact of the court cannot be downplayed. The industrial court, he said, not only provides the platform for workers, retirees, as well as dependents of deceased employees to find justice when treated unfairly, but also impacts Nigeria's ease of doing business indices.
Let me now appeal to the 3 arms of government to continue our collaborative partnership to ensure our policies, programs, and projects impact the lives of our citizens. Simply put, all Nigerians, regardless of ethnicity, religion, and politics, deserve peaceful and prosperous lives. Nigerians deserve fair justice delivery. It is therefore our collective duty to work collaboratively to ensure that such rights are safeguarded.
The president, who takes pride in the enhanced budgetary allocation to the judiciary by his administration from 68 billion in 2014 to 100 billion naira, promised to ensure sustenance to enable the critical organ of government discharge its responsibilities effectively. Both the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, and the President of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, Justice Babatunde Adejumo, were full of appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari for the unprecedented support, love, and respect for the Nigerian judiciary, which they promise will continue to remain alive to its responsibilities.
I would love to use this opportunity to plead with Your Excellency to continue to support the judiciary in this bid to move the judiciary of Nigeria to an enviable position.
Sir, approval should be given to the CJN to appoint more judges across board so that justice can be delivered without being delayed. The justice delayed is justice denied.
Established in 1976, the National Industrial Court of Nigeria has a mandate of adjudicating on disputes arising from and relating to labor, industrial, and employment matters. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
And still talking judiciary matters, the convener of Revolution Now protest, Omoyele Sowore, has been arraigned before a federal high court sitting in Abuja. He was arraigned before Justice Ijoma Ojukwu on a 7-count charge of treasonable felony, money laundering, and cybercrimes. Austin Ayembe will tell us more.
The convener of the Revolution Now protest, Omoyele Sowore, was arraigned alongside Olawale Bakari by the State Security Service. When the charge was read, they both pleaded not guilty to the 7-count charge. The statements on the count read that his proposed call for revolution devolution protest of August 5, 2019, aimed at removing the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, thus amounting to treasonable felony, punishable under Section 431 of the Criminal Code Act Cap C-38 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and punishable under the same section of the Act. Part of the count was that the four defendants committed cybercrime offense by sending a press interview on Arise television, causing insult, enmity, hatred, and ill will on the person of the President of Nigeria. Other counts have to do with movement of funds from the defendant's UBA account to other bank accounts outside Nigeria with alleged intention to conceal the sources of the money, thereby violating the Money Laundering Act. Having pleaded not guilty to all the count charged, the defense counsel Lamide Fuscat prayed the court to order the release of the defendant on bail since he was denied the earlier bail order by the court. Justice Ijoma Ujuku, however, ruled that the defense counsel should file a bail application. She adjourned hearing for Friday, the 4th of October, when the bail application is expected to be argued. On the Federal High Court, Abuja, Austin and Yepen, NT News.
In another development, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ruled that the former Benue State Governor, Gabriel Suswam, and his former Finance Commissioner, Omodachi Okonobia, have a case to answer. The court also ruled that it has jurisdiction to entertain the suit. Justice Okon Abang gave the ruling while dismissing the defendant's objection to reassignment of the case file to another judge. Olabode Arewa has more.
Senator Gabriel Suswam and Omodachi Okonobia were arraigned by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on 9 counts of alleged diversion of 9.7 billion naira of Benue State funds to their personal use. The offences allegedly took place in 2014 when they transferred the monies into the accounts of 155 Securities, a bureau de change operator, to be converted into dollars, an offence contrary to Section 15 of the Money Laundering and Prohibition Act of 2012. The case was formally before Justice Muhammad, who recused himself from the case, following media reports alleging that he had been bribed to kill the case. Upon reassignment of the file to Justice Okon Abang, would dismiss the defendant's objection to reassigning the case. He ruled that Section 98, Subsection 2 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, relied upon by the defendants, were inapplicable in this case. The two defendants pleaded not guilty to the corruption charges against them, while the court had also granted them permission to continue on existing bail terms. Further hearing continues on the 20th of October. In Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
In other news, the Department of State Services has made clarifications regarding media reports that Dr. Chido Onuma was arrested by the service. A report from DSS pointed out that Onuma was never arrested by the service. Rather, he was engaged in an interaction during which an act of his capable of undermining public order and national security was explained to him. The report indicated that the interaction was a symbiotic one between both parties. As part of activities to commemorate Nigeria's 59th independence anniversary celebrations, President Muhammadu Buhari will broadcast to the nation on Tuesday, October 1st, 2019 at 7 a.m. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says television, radio stations and other electronic media outlets are therefore enjoined to hook up to the network services of the Nigerian Television Authority and Radio Nigeria for the live broadcast. Still on independence, the All Progressives Congress felicitates with Nigerians on the country's 59th independence anniversary. The party, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Larry Issa Onilu, remember and salute the founding fathers who fought for the independence of Nigeria and members of the armed forces, many of whom have paid the supreme sacrifice to defend Nigeria's territorial integrity and keep the country united. The party notes that in spite of the inherited and current challenges, President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has made commendable strides on so many fronts, most significantly the fight against corruption, diversifying and revamping the economy, curbing insurgency and emerging crimes, promoting positive values, strengthening democratic institutions and processes and achieving a respectable international standing. The party admonishes well-meaning Nigerians to engage only in acts that would heal fault lines by promoting ethnic and religious tolerance and peaceful coexistence, which would engender Nigeria's growth and development. Similarly, President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, has felicitated with Nigerians at home and abroad on the occasion of the 59th independence anniversary of the country. A statement by Senator Lawan said Nigeria has come of age, with its people increasingly asserting themselves in every sphere of life across the globe. He observed that there is indeed much to be proud of in being a Nigerian, as Nigerians should count their blessings and be driven forward by them. He explained that there is still much to be done to fully realize the lofty dreams that inspired Nigeria's founding fathers in their brave struggle that ended colonialism on the country's shore 59 years ago. Senator Lawan advised Nigerians never to lose sight of their God-given potential and must be prepared to do their part in realizing Nigeria's greatness. President of the Senate says no need for Nigerians to despair as a people, as the leadership of this country is working hard to improve the lives of Nigerians. He assured Nigerians that their representatives in the 9th National Assembly will provide legislative support for every idea and initiative geared towards making Nigeria their pride and beloved homeland. Also, President, Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Samson Olashupo Adeni Ayakunle, has joined others to congratulate Nigerians as she marks her 59th independence anniversary. A statement signed by Pastor Adebayo Olade, Special Assistant Media and Communications to the CAN President, says the CAN President believes Nigeria can rise above challenges and be a great nation to the world. He noted that despite the challenges confronting the country, the cooperation of all citizens and its leaders, Nigeria will rise above all her challenges so that the nation can become the great nation that God has designed it to be. Reverend Ayakunle urges all Nigerians to put behind all divisions because God has decided to tie our destiny together in the nation called Nigeria, while re-emphasizing the need for Nigerians to embrace one another. And away from the independence celebration, President Muhammadu Buhari has described the former Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Ambassador Ibrahim Yarib Abdullahi, one of Nigeria's greatest and patriotic public official. In a statement by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, the President describes the elder statesman who is celebrating his 80th birthday as an outstanding gentleman, passionate to serve his country. The President also praised Yarim Abdullahi, who is also Serikim Bai of Gombe, as an APC elder who contributed immensely to the successes of the party in elections. He prayed God to continue to bless the Serikim Bai with good health and longer life to serve Nigeria and its people even more. To legislative matters now, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has commended traditional rulers for their roles in ensuring peaceful coexistence in their domains. National Assembly correspondent Ami Ali reports that the Speaker stated this while hosting some royal fathers from Akoko East, Akoko West Federal Constituency of Ondo State.
Led by the Ulukare of Ikare, Akajiri Saliu Momo, the traditional rulers, in the words of the Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, have honored the leadership of the House by this visit. The Speaker acknowledged the wealth of wisdom of the royal fathers, noting that an interaction with them enables one to tap from their knowledge on local and national issues as they are closest to the people.
As you know, if you are following the 9th Assembly, we believe in what we call a joint task, that to build this country, it has to be a joint task of everybody, including your good selves. Many people talk about the fourth realm, or the fourth arm of the realm. They talk about the journalists. I'm sorry, journalists, I know they're here, but we consider our traditional chiefs the real fourth arm of the republic.
The visit, according to the Olukare of Ikare, is to commend the Speaker for his leadership qualities, especially in carrying all House members along in the scheme of things, irrespective of party affiliation. They urged the Speaker to use his office to ensure infrastructure improvements in all communities across the country for all-round developments. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you live from Abuja. We're going to break now, so please stay tuned.
Hey, you! And are you how they talk to? I sabi you now. It's in day your mind, Abi. The person with them go help us. Baba Toros, Shangalo, Galekuva, Mr. Sabi. And you know if you relax for this one.
Spear into the top corner.
We Sabi say Peking go crawl before in waka. So don't look, no help anybody. No dolly, no. So go for him. Go for football. Go for all Syria on the league marches live. Go for Go TV Max.
Thanks for staying tuned. Designing a comprehensive framework to mitigate the plight of victims of Boko Haram's violent extremism is critical to the development and future of children in the Northeast. Now, this is the thrust of a national civil society organization consultative platform for children affected by armed conflicts. The first correspondent, Ismail Musa, has the details.
The decade-long insurgency that has ravaged the Northeast Nigeria has killed and displaced thousands of people, mostly women and children. Between 2003 and 2017, about 3,500 children were recruited by non-state actors and armed groups. Most of these children were either abused or killed. There are lots of ongoing interventions by public and private bodies to provide succor and prevent reoccurrence.
Interact with the children who are directly affected by
This National Civil Organization consultation for children affected by conflict, organized by the Save the Children for stakeholders, is to complement these efforts by developing recommendations that push for political commitment by the African Union.
We have child-headed households. You know, children are not supposed to head households. We see it as a recurring problem in the Northeast or in the context of conflict. Then we also have unaccompanied and separated children. Then the issues of SGBV affect children. A lot of children fall into the wrong hands and they are molested or they are abused.
To be able to build resilience, it takes time. And how can we make sure that families and children are supported? We need to make sure that community-based structures are strengthened and they are empowered to be able to build that kind of system that can provide resilience and aid recovery for children who are affected by the conflict.
Recommendations from this platform will be shared at the forthcoming conference on children affected by armed conflict at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia in October this year. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And talking women empowerment now, Nigerian women are adopting mentorship as a new mantra for preparing women and girls for the task of leadership. Now, the African Women Conference Leadership Development Center for Women and Girls is taking the lead in this campaign. Onengue Fineface will tell us more.
The dream I want to achieve in life is to be the first female Nigerian to be an American president.
I want to be the president of Nigeria because they should stop child abuse, human trafficking, early marriage, and we should educate female in Nigeria. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm bold. I'm not scared of anybody. I can do what I trust myself to do.
The confidence exhibited by Memuna, her determination to effect positive change if given the opportunity to lead, and her resolve to tackle the challenges being faced by women, aptly explains the essence of this gathering.
To raise female community leaders in every African society who understand the importance and are committed to ensuring the sustainable development of their communities.
And when you find a situation where women are not in position of authority because they lack the requisite leadership skills, then women cannot make the kind of advancement that we need.
Older women passing knowledge and experience to younger generation of women. The goal is simple: Women must strive to and attain greater involvement in leadership.
See how you can mentor somebody, because if you have a good thing to offer, somebody should be able to take over from you and replicate, not completely but meaningfully, what it is that you've contributed to make you to be what you are currently. And these children, they lack information that we believe accomplished women can pass to them. They can be their role models.
The mentorship initiative will last 6 months with close monitoring of impact between the mentors and their mentees. On Nigeria, Fine Face, NT News.
Talking agriculture now, the federal government has challenged commodity associations on the need to maintain standard and quality in all agricultural produce and products to avoid rejection at international markets. This is coming as the Ministry of Trade and Investment certified formation of town commodity associations. Musa Baba Aliyu has the details.
Since the scrap of commodity marketing boards in the 90s by Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida regime, businesses in agricultural produce were left in the hands of local organizations and open markets. These agricultural economies say is responsible for the rejection of made Nigerian produce by local and international processing organizations.
So to address the ugly development, government set up the Export Commodity Coordinating Committee, ECCC, to sanitize the system by organizing the existing and yet to be established trade groups into National Apex Commodity Association.
The Ministry of Trade and Investment is therefore organizing commodity associations with a view to coordinate business associated with produce. 10 associations were formed and inaugurated and charged with the responsibility of ensuring that the country has a mark in global market.
I've been given the go-ahead now to go and practice and to tell the world that you exist and to show what stuff you are made of. Show them that you really are tough and determined to make the difference.
Now, these 10 associations, there could be more. As I've said, name 3, they promise to provide 30 million jobs. 30 times 10. In the question of 5 years, which means Nigeria would be more than self-sufficient in everything, poverty will be part of our history. It has come and gone.
The closure of countries' land borders is expected to boost local production and marketing of produce. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And on the foreign scene, let's join Ilyasu Ali Yakubu for details.
Glad to have you join me on this segment of news. Britain's Prince Harry has appealed for increased global effort to protect the environment against human greed, apathy and selfishness. He started this during a visit to a national park in Malawi. Harry, whose tour of southern Africa has taken him to 4 countries, observed the simulation of an anti-poaching drill by Malawian rangers and British soldiers aimed at protecting endangered species such as elephants and rhinos. And from India comes a report that heavy rains have killed at least 113 people in the country's Uttar Pradesh and Bihar states over the past 3 days, officials said on Monday. The flood water swamped a major city, inundated hospital wards, and forced the evacuation of inmates from a jail. India's monsoon season that began June usually started to retreat by early September, but heavy rains have continued across parts of the country this year, triggering floods. Rising water levels forced authorities to shift 900 inmates from a prison in eastern Balia district. In neighboring Bihar, an impoverished agrarian region that was hit by floods earlier this year, they're told from the latest flooding has reached 20 on Monday. Well, that's it on this segment. My name is Ilyasu Ali Yakubu. The news continues.
Thank you, Ilyasu. And talking sports now, Blessing Okagbari fails to progress to the semi-finals of the IAAF World Championship in Qatar, disqualified for lane violation. Olumide Eguntola is our guide on Sports Update.
From Ibadan, Ayomiku Ajibola reports that the Minister of Youth